A-Team, Coach, Just Shoot Me, Hercules, Xena, Quantum Leap, Law & Order, Parks and Rec, Heroes, 30 Rock, The Office, you get it, the list goes on and on, as well as some hits you may have streamed lately, like Hacks, Homecoming, Good Girls, The Good Place, Peacock's Bel Air, and of course, Ted, the prequel series to the hit comedy series of the same name. Isn't that right, Ted? There he is, our favorite alcoholic teddy bear, giving us a nice little cheers to our 60th anniversary. Watch the sauce, buddy. And by the way, Ted, the show, filmed right there in Stage 19, and they're about to begin their second season. And you know, folks, when you talk about a TV show, a commercial, a music video, and of course a movie, you can break any one of those down into 3 phases of production. Pre-production, production, and post-production. And that pre- and post-production work is office work, which takes place in these buildings on your left. Our production bungalows, where some of the biggest names in Hollywood have office space for their production companies. And one of those big names who does have office space for his big production company is the head of Illumination Entertainment, Chris Meledandri.
In the early days of the studio, these bungalows were used as dressing rooms to the stars of Hollywood's golden age. Now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood's top directors, writers, and producers work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we've made some of the most successful animated films in box office history, including Despicable Me, The Lorax, The Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Sing, The Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me 4.
Hello, everybody. There's my boy. I know you love your dada. Go on, say it.
Yes, of course he loves you. He just doesn't show it on his face or with his body language.
Oh, poor Gru. But anyways, Despicable Me 4 coming at you July 2nd, a little over a week from now. And you know, we've actually crossed over the invisible boundary from the front lot, and we are officially in the Universal back lot. Specifically, we are entering what is called our Metro sets. And I have no doubt you've seen these buildings, these city streets, across your favorite films, television shows, countless commercials and music videos. These sets are tailor-made to look like virtually any major metropolitan area in the entire world, be it Paris, Hong Kong, London, Chicago, or New York. Oh hey, like our Brownstone Street set here, pretty notable set. It's been featured in one of our 11 Best Picture Oscar winners, The Sting, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey's highest grossing film of his career, and a perennial holiday favorite of mine, and I'm guessing yours as well, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. And also, it'll soon be home. If you look over here, you can see the facade for a hospital set. That's going to belong to St. Denis Medical. It's going to be a comedy coming this fall from NBC. But folks, it is on this road where in 1955, Marty McFly got in his time machine, gunned it to 88 miles per hour so that he could get himself back to the future.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
If by 88 miles per hour, Bob Gale, you mean 12 on a good day, then yes. But folks, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to my favorite part of the entire back lot, Courthouse Square, but you may know it a little bit better as Hill Valley, California, from Back to the Future, parts 1 and 2. Isn't that right, Doc?
So nice to see you. Hello there, time travelers. Welcome. And look, there she is in all of her glory. What do you think? See, right now I see it. If you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? And not a moment too soon, because we are here to celebrate great 60 years, is that right?
60 years.
60 years. And that means that you now are all here, a part of that history. Yes, give it up for yourselves. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your time, and I will see you in the future.
Or the past. Thank you so much, Doc. All that you do for the space-time continuum is much appreciated. Now, folks, you may not be aware of this, but Back to the Future is a perfect film. One of the greatest of all trilogies, and it should be noted, one of the few franchises left in Hollywood that has yet to be rebooted and remade, and I sincerely hope it stays that way, as should you. Hey, and check out the Back to the Future musical if you find yourselves in New York City anytime soon. It's amazing. However, it is coming to LA this year. And you know, speaking of Broadway, we have just left the suburban confines of Courthouse Square and have entered the concrete jungle of New York Street, one of the most often used streets in all of Hollywood. And as it pertains to the history of the studio tour, we are actually right next to an area where the original King Kong attraction used to stand as a part of the tour up until 2008. Now, here to tell you a bit more about that is one of the stars of Peter Jackson's 2005 version of King Kong, national treasure, Jack Black.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath.
He's not lying, by the way. They used to actually have a canister inside of the mouth of this massive animatronic King Kong that shot out banana-scented air. I can still smell it. It's so sweet. But you know what? We're continuing on out of New York Street, all that brick and mortar, which is in fact wood, foam rubber, and fiberglass, by the way, in case you were wondering. You know, Hollywood, they gotta build things on the cheap. But you know what? We're continuing on, and we're about to pass by a real rich piece of studio tour history, the collapsing bridge, as well as the runaway train. Now, as the name implies, the collapsing bridge used to have a hydraulic effect that would, well, make it feel like it was going to collapse. And we were about to fall 100 feet below us, and the runaway train, that is, used to be on our western sets, and it used to careen right towards the tram and made you feel like you were gonna die. And you know, we do continue in that tradition of making you feel like your life is about to be over by taking you to a place where not only do dinosaurs still roam, but they are ruled over by a massive